In this week's Business of Esports Minute, Allied Implosion, Gaming Hardware Records, and Bilibili Esports.
When business meets gaming, one man, one profit, knows all.
Every single week, I, Paul Dawalibi, will be bringing you my hottest takes from the week, everything you need to know about the business of esports, all in about 1 minute. Let's go. From the keyboard to the boardroom, this is the Business of Esports Minute. Every single week, I, Paul Dawalibi, the prophet of esports, will be bringing you my hottest takes from the week, basically everything you need to know about the business of esports, all in about 1 minute. Let's go. This week, Allied Esports announced the sale of their World Poker Tour asset for $78 million. Furthermore, the company is looking for buyers for their esports business. While Allied sold World Poker Tour for more than they paid, this fire sale is a clear indication of the failure of the business. It makes no sense for them to turn back into a SPAC, which is their plan. Why would you sell assets in a high growth space to move dollars into a much more crowded and competitive space? I called this Allied failure over 2 years ago. Super League Gaming is next. To be clear, these are not evidence of a lack of opportunity in the esports or gaming space. These are the exception, not the rule. It's truly just a failure of those specific businesses and their lack of clear strategy. In other news that I called exactly right, 2020 was the biggest year for gaming hardware in almost a decade. Full year spending was 27% higher than 2019. Nintendo's Switch was the best-selling gaming platform on both dollar sales and units sold, while the PS5 came in second. I keep saying that gaming hardware, for some reason, is ignored in most industry business conversations. Companies like Nvidia, AMD, Corsair, Logitech, etc. are all putting up record numbers and continue to be strong bets for the space. That growth will not slow in 2021, and I would not ignore this exciting subsector of gaming. Finally, Bilibili Esports announced that it raised $28 million in a seed financing round led by state-owned groups and funds in China. Bilibili Esports is majority owned by the streaming platform Bilibili. It operates 2 Chinese esports teams in League of Legends and the Overwatch League. First of all, this is a huge amount of money for a seed round and is another example of the cash-burning nature of esports teams. Second, there's an interesting shift here to more vertical integration. Bilibili now has ownership of a streaming platform, media rights for esports leagues, and the teams that compete in those leagues. It will be interesting to see if Western streaming platforms follow a similar model. Let's just hope that the failing Overwatch League team doesn't burn through all that money. For far more detailed insight and discussion into the business of esports, as well as the most exceptional lineup of guests, please tune in every week to the Business of Esports podcast and every Wednesday evening into the Business of Esports after show live stream. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter @BizEsports and on YouTube @The Business of Esports.